How to tie a mono weed guard on your All About the Bait Bonefish jig head. I designed this Bonefish jig head to have this exposed portion of the hook shank so that you can tie your mono weed guard. We're going to start off by laying down a base of thread. And we could trim that. I use 60-pound leader material for my weed guards. It's thicker than normal because I want this weed guard to actually function as a weed guard. We're going to take our mono weed guard, kind of hold it in the rough position that we're going to want it, and then I'm going to pinch it right where we want to have that bend, fold it over, create a bit of a crimp there, and then we're going to cut the other side so it's roughly the right length on both sides. Like that. And then again pinch that, create that crease, and that kind of forms our weed guard there. Next we're going to hold our weed guard in place. We're going to lock one side down with the thread and then convert to the other side and then lock the second side down. So we're just going to put a wrap there, go in the one direction, and that's going to lock in the one side. Then we could bring this up, bring the mono, and we're going to start it going back the other direction. And that's going to lock this other side in. Oops. There we go. We can kind of adjust where it's sitting once we've got those both sides locked in. There we go. Next I'm just going to kind of do some figure eights and just kind of lock them both together. And we could do some on the front. Do a couple of wraps on the back side, and we're just basically locking these guys into place. No real specific technique needed. Just get a few wraps. There we go. And to finish it off, I'm just going to put a couple of half hitches just to lock it down there. And I'm going to be using some super glue to tie it all together, so we just needed to tie it tight. There we go. Trim it. Use a couple of drops of super glue, and that is going to lock these threads down. And in place. Give that a few seconds to dry. Now we're just going to trim these down right around the hook point there. They're a little bit more manageable. And that is our mono weed guard.